Take two tracks and call us in the morning. It's the Spin Doctors. We're back again, of course. Of course, the horse is a force to be reckoned with. A force to be reckoned with, to be sure. A horse is truly a force to be reckoned with, if you think about it.
Why did I
the pure
What did
strength,
I agree to come on to?
Max, I'm cutting you out. The pure
Good.
strength of a horse is really unparalleled in all of the animal kingdom. That's why they say that cars have horsepower, right? Because that is the strong animal. And who better to lead this strong animal than the strongest animal of all, man? And who is that man, you may ask? Well, this man is Rick Storer. Hi, I'm Rick Storer, and I'm joined, of course, as always, forever and always, forever and ever. We are married, body, mind, and soul. My buddy Nick Malizia. Nick.
Yeah, so this is like the first time I've ever let you just kind of like do your thing, and it's going to be the last, because whatever just happened, I don't know.
I was wondering, I was like, does this happen every show?
Yes.
Am I on a limerick show? I did not come prepared with like dactylic hexameter to just bounce about.
Ah, damn
well,
it, there's two
you
people.
really didn't do your research then.
Two people have high vocabulary in here.
Do I have to end all my shit with couplets?
You have to end all of your things with cucklets.
Hey, what happens between a man, his wife, and her boyfriend is none of your business.
And a piece of meat if you're really into that kind of game, you know? A little cutlet.
Yeah. You ever cuck a cutlet? You ever cucklet a cutlet? Boy howdy.
Can't say I have.
Oh. Well, we should probably introduce you before, I have to cut all of this.
That'd be nice.
We are joined. You know what? Before that, let me put you on let me put you on the back burner. No, we don't need to introduce you yet. Just hold on a second. The audience
needs to know who I am.
No. They will wait in suspense. It's not like they've read the title of this that has your name in it.
No, this podcast is kind of like the Masked Dancer.
It could be on auto. They could be driving, and it just changed from your last episode to your new episode.
Oh yeah, but no, this is the masked guest.
Masked guest.
No,
we will have at some point. I'll put a vocoder on your voice and have you sing a song and see if the audience can determine what you're singing.
Okay.
But before I introduce you, Nick, I want to talk to you a little bit. How you been, buddy? It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a minute.
I know. It's good to somewhat see you. With virtual oculars. I'm trying to keep up with the big words here, guys.
Yeah, the VVOs.
Yeah, the Vivas. I'm good. How was your Christmas?
It was actually very fantastic. I this was my first Christmas since my brother-in-law moved in. My sister's husband is from England, and he moved in, and so it's been cool to have him here and like hang out and stuff like that. He's a very cool guy, and they collaborated to get me a gift. I generally don't get gifts on Christmas or my birthday. I just don't.
What?
People don't give me gifts.
That's not a thing. Is that a family thing? Like you don't get gifts?
Nobody likes Rick.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
It takes them everything they can to just wish you happy birthday or Merry Christmas. It's like there's his gift. We're acknowledging him. It for another year.
Yeah, my gift is counting the people on Facebook who posted on my timeline that day. But they gave me a gift. I got a Marvel encyclopedia because I'm a big nerd, and it's the new edition that has all the new cool stuff, and so it's got all the information about the Marvel heroes. And so that was cool to get.
That's a good gift that you wouldn't get yourself.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, I mean, I feel like I know a lot about the Marvel Universe, but there's probably a lot of stuff in there that is stuff that I don't know.
Yeah, there should be a lot.
Do you know a lot about the Marvel? Are you a comic book guy, Nick?
I'm not comic books, but, I enjoy the movies, the shows. Yeah, I never got into comics or anything. I'm not a big reader in general. I have to be really into something to, read it, to be honest. But
what about you, masked guest? Are you a comic book guy?
Masked guest.
It's so funny because it's so close to your name.
Yes, it's just like, yeah. If you set it through a drive-through remote thing or like a walkie-talkie, you can be like mask.
Yeah, you know how you go to the drive-through and they hand you a walkie-talkie at one window.
It's got a walkie-talkie on the wall. You know what I mean.
That's the opposite of a walkie. That's a don't walkie-talkie.
The cannon string.
That's a
that is
standy
attached
tandy
to Wendy's drive-through. Yeah, I'm into Marvel. I'm into all the sort of nerd shit, DC shit. Dude, TikTok is great for that because you got
And it's
people
Max
who
Weinstein, everybody.
Oh my
Max
God, it's me?
Weinstein.
What?
That's his
I
voice.
didn't
That's
even
what
know
he
it was
sounds like.
me.
He's on the show.
What a twist! TikTok is great for nerds, dude. I've been getting on in that a lot. Like, we got a lot of creators on there who just like, this is the top 5 like strongest versions of the Storm. And you're like, what? And then it's like, one time, Storm got the Daredevil powers, and the Ring of Death, and the Crown of I was about to say,
Did you say the Crown of Herpes?
The crown of herpes? Who would have
Wow,
the
you
crown
really
of
do know a
herpes?
lot about the Marvel Universe.
You're going to learn about the crown of
God,
herpes in your
dude.
encyclopedia. So get ready, Rick. Look forward to that one. Unless that's
Yeah.
a DC. Was that... No,
Yeah,
it's on
it's
Storm,
just
so it
like-
is Marvel.
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean.
I love
I'm
it.
a nerd. What about it?
You want to fight about it?
Yeah, you want to fight?
I love how gangster Max is about being a nerd. He's like, I like nerd shit. I like Marvel shit. I like DC shit. I like nerd shit.
He opens his mouth and he's got a grill that's the Infinity Stones.
Oh man, that is a missed opportunity by a rapper if that hasn't been used at some point. That
Yo, you repping Marvel or DC?
Lil Thanos.
low.
Oh, Marvel
all
every day.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's not even a question. I'm glad that we're all on the same page.
It's also, I feel like there's an asterisk of calling. I mean, obviously Batman is DC, no duh. But like the Christopher Nolan trilogy is like an asterisk of DC-esque because it just doesn't feel DC. That is so Nolan. Would you
Right,
agree?
yeah.
Disagree?
I guess. I mean, I think those movies are vastly overrated. I think that they were really good when they came out, but even then, there's some like huge glaring shit in there that I can't get over.
Mhm.
Like the first one, I think is by far the best. But I
Oh,
think
here we go. Wait, hang on. It's time for the hot take train sound. What? Hot take train coming through. Burp, burp.
most of the movie that has Bane is forgettable and very bad. Like, the entire Bane fight sequence is terrible. You just lined up all the fucking cops in New York and all the bad guys, and you're like, alright, run at each other!
Yeah.
Yeah, like war.
It's like, what? Why is
Yeah,
it
like
Put you in a war.
None
Max.
of them have guns? None of them have guns? What is this?
Wasn't it PG-13? Maybe that was one of the rules to keep it PG-13.
No, you can
Okay,
shoot-
then that's
shoot
one of the
guns.
reasons that made it bad. I mean, it was just goofy as fuck.
No,
But what about that voice? That voice that was not goofy. It was so intelligible and wonderful.
I didn't
Nobody had a problem with it.
I didn't get speech therapy until I was a man.
that was really good.
Yeah. And also, it sounds more tragic.
What do you want me to say as Bane?
Nothing. I don't want you to say anything as Bane.
Oh.
I don't want to. I don't want to do this bit at all.
I thought you were enjoying it.
No, I hate this.
Fuck you.
I hate everything. This is your brother-in-law doing Borat impression. This is a pre-taping conversation. Oh my god! How was your Christmas, Nick?
It was good. It was mellow, what with COVIDness and whatnot.
Right.
We didn't have the usual get together as usual. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Christmas.
Do you usually have a bunch of people together? Like, is that what your family
my
does?
grandma comes over, and then like my uncle usually comes over from Colorado like a couple days later and stays a week. It's like Christmas around my house is usually like a week and a half long thing of like activities and thing. But
it's like a little Festivus, like a Yule celebration.
Exactly. So it was nice and mellow. Yeah. Girlfriend liked the gifts that I got her, so that always is a good thing.
G liked the G's you G her. Very good.
Yeah,
What'd
that
you get
G
her?
hard. Let's see, what did I get her? I got her a couple of she just got the couple of months ago she got Nintendo Switch, so I got her there's a 3-in-1 game. It's Mario 64, Sunshine Mario, and Mario Galaxy. So
Oh yeah.
good triple
Solid
feature
pack.
there. And then I got her one of the Pokemon, Let's Go Eevee. I got her that. She's a big Pokemon fan. I love Pokemon. Yeah, and then I got her a couple of things. What else? Oh, a nice bracelet.
It's a big roller, high spender.
You gotta do it big. It's kind of what I do. I just knock things up, knock you out. But yeah, no, it was good. I got
That's now how we'll end every episode.
knock you out. I got a great stack of new vinyl that I'm very excited about. So yeah, it was good. It was mellow. It's nice. I don't like the stress. I don't like the busyness.
No, you're a mellow boy.
You know this. This is how I get brought up on stage so many times. So mellow. I'm just out here trying to have a good
chill
time, guys.
Cat. This guy will purr you to sleep.
I just have a I just have a good time. Man.
I'm just trying to chill, man.
It's all about relaxing
cool,
and having
collected,
fun, baby.
Riding the waves.
I just want to listen to
I'm the
Arcade Fire
Kenny
album,
G
just fucking
saxophone
hang
of
out.
people.
You can tell he's got a waterbed.
Oh,
Ooh.
a waterbed seems like the worst kind of bed.
Yes, the idea sounds so awesome, and then once you buy it, well, even if you just lay on one for 5 minutes, you're like, yeah, no.
The concept is astounding. It is a great sales pitch.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you get to it and it's just like, oh no, you're sleeping on elastic.
Yeah.
And it has 0 compression
No.
and 100% chance of waking up your partner and throwing you onto the floor.
Yeah, because
That
it wiggles.
sound when you roll over, that...
Sounds like you're being swallowed by a monster.
Dude, with my I love that we just did a bunch of act outs, which will work great on audio.
Oh, that's all of podcasting anymore, man.
Yes.
Now that podcasts are done in this purely like digital format, we all like can see each other, and we're not used to like having to do it this way, where like we're all talking, over this.
Use your words, big boy.
I don't care about this anymore.
I don't care anymore.
I just. Oh my god! Max, what about your Christmas? We've gone through mine. We've gone through Nick's. We talked a little bit about yours before the show, but what about? I mean, this is the post Christmas episode. All these episodes are technically post Christmas.
I had my very
post
first
Christmas
Christmas
recorded.
I had my first Christmas. I'm a Jew.
Yay.
You were born in August, so you had your very first Christmas.
I was born in November, many years ago. A number I can't remember. I don't disclose it. Actually.
Remember your birth in November.
It's 27. My best 27th birthday gift was my girlfriend reminding me that I wasn't turning 28.
Nice.
I was like, I'm turning 28, and she's like, no, you're not. I'm turning 27. I was like, oh my god, that's great.
You literally gave me a year of my life back.
She did.
What better gift? There's no better gift that you can get than literally time. Like,
right?
You cannot buy that.
She de-aged me a year.
She Benjamin Buttoned you.
Yeah, she Benjamin Buttoned me.
What if you really are 28 and she's just messing with you, though?
Oh, shit, maybe you're being gaslit.
Yeah.
Counting on hands.
Counting on hands.
He's got 28 hands, so he's got enough to count them all.
Just pull up the other pile of hands that I've got.
Your torso is like Medusa's head, but with hands on the snakes.
Oh my
Hands on
god.
the
Just have a lot of little hands grabbing.
Ew, that's so creepy. I also envision like
your
little
torso.
baby hands, like little baby arm hands are in there
exactly.
too.
Oh
Like
my
a bunch of
God.
little shadowy, snaky baby hands.
Mm-hmm. One really tan arm. I don't know.
Or they're really hard and firm, and they just like move like they're like clock hands.
Ooh.
Spikes? I mean, what?
Yeah, but they move back and forth like clock hands.
Are they like dialing through? Never mind. My Christmas was good. There was some Borat impressions to be heard.
Very nice.
There were some politics to not talk about,
Very
which
bad.
for me is hard because I have no filter.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's points where I'm just like, I don't think that. Okay, sure. Yep, whatever.
Let's just get through this holiday, and I never have to talk to you people.
No, it wasn't. I exaggerate a little bit. It was a good time. I felt very welcomed. I understand why people like it so much now.
You get it.
hype.
You finally get Christmas.
Yeah.
So wait. Can we question? So pre this Christmas, were you just kind of celebrating Hanukkah and just being looking at all its Christmas folk and being I'm not seeing the big deal about
folk.
it. I'm not seeing what the gist is.
No, I get it. I one thing I didn't get was the balance of how much Christianity actually came into play, and the answer is almost none at all.
Oh yeah.
No, for most people, there is actually just zero Christ involved because but I don't know. It's still Christmas. I don't know. From an outside perspective, I've always viewed it as that it was not something I was participating in. It was something that was thrust upon me in public. It is for a month and a half. Christmas shit. Something you're not involved in. If it was just tons of Hanukkah shit around, you'd be I don't know. I don't even know what those letters are. Why
is everything blue?
I get one section of the store, and it just has anything vaguely Jewish there. It's matzah for Hanukkah. And it's no, matzah is garbage food that we only
Factory
eat at
rejected
Passover.
stars that they have too many points on. They're just well, give it to the Jews, I guess.
Yeah, dude, shit like that. They're blue and yellow tablecloths. I mean, but one of the most specific one is matzah. Because matzah is Passover. It is the bread of suffering.
Yes.
Hanukkah is one of the few happy Jewish
I was also
holidays.
bread of suffering.
Gotta make this about yourself, Rick.
Well,
Rick eats so much bread that he suffers.
It's just shitty bread that we only eat on sad holidays. Hanukkah is the happy holiday, and it's just, I don't know.
Is there a happy bread?
You always get Christmas off.
happy bread.
Huh?
Challah bread.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like to know. I like to learn.
Latkes.
Well, you know America, challah bread girl.
Latkes? Latkes. And what's that exactly? I've heard the name.
Yeah, the potato pancake.
Potato pancake.
It's like a hash brown, but in a coin shape, and it's incredible. But you gotta.
Latkes
it's difficult. It's a little bit of work.
Yeah,
but it's worth it.
I feel like we're starting a little
just
cooking show right now.
Just like being Jewish, I would assume. A lot of work, but it's worth it.
Yeah, man, it's like life.
Everything is like life. I forget. Sometimes I forget that I'm running this show. I'm just wait for things to happen. And I'm just oh, okay. I'm enjoying being in this moment right now, and then nothing happens, and I go, oh yeah,
it's friendship time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just enjoy talking to people. With this year, I've just gotten to the point where sometimes just having a solid conversation with someone that's not at work, not being fake, is nice. And I just like to sit here and look at your beautiful faces. Talk to people I like.
Yeah,
I'm looking through my notes right now, seeing if there's any bits that I thought of that I could bring up on the show.
Can I just work some bits with you? Recently, I was in a cafe. I mean, not recently because of COVID, I mean.
Oh my god, I totally did that. I did an open mic that was, properly. No, it was fairly responsibly run. I didn't run it; wasn't my responsibility.
What's fairly responsible?
Fairly responsibly, I didn't do it.
Yeah, I was responsible while I was there, for the most part. Anyway, I'll cut this. I did an open mic, and I started doing a bit that I didn't even think about it. Oh no, this was a Zoom show I was doing. There, really saved myself now. I was doing a Zoom show, and I started doing a bit that I hadn't done in a year or whatever, because it was this competition where the first set you do an improvised set based on topics that you get randomly, and then the second set is you do like a regular set. And I hadn't done a regular set in forever, so I was just using those old jokes. And so I went to tell a joke, and literally it starts with me eating at a buffet or something, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, we don't do that right now. It's
No, I get that. Yes, because the last time I did comedy at the Pure Front show, I can't remember what joke it was, but like just like the basic setup was like, the other day I was like hanging out with a friend. I was like, well, but like I wasn't supposed to.
Were you though?
We were 6 feet apart. The other day we were hanging out 6 feet apart, both masks on, and he was like, "What about this?"
We were sitting in my car. I was in the front seat. He was in the trunk. That's not what this show is about.
What is this show about?
I don't know what this show is about anymore.
I was told it's about music.
Well, everything's about music. Life is about music.
Damn it, you beat
me. The
me.
music of the soul. You just gotta find your sound, like Zac Efron. You just gotta find your sound.
Is that what he did?
Does he say that?
Did you not see that movie?
What movie? High School Musical?
What was that movie that he was in where he was a DJ?
High School Musical.
Oh, the DJ
he was
one.
a DJ in a movie.
We Are Your Friends?
Yes, We Are Your Friends.
Never saw it.
So that movie, you never saw. Okay, so Zac Efron.
Is that the one where they're like 145 beats per minute, the right beat just to get the party moving?
I think so. I think you're right. Possibly. Yeah. Was it in the trailer?
That was the advertisements. 178. You bring it up, and you really have the club moving.
Well, the premise of the movie was he's this struggling DJ, and he like can't really. He's not doing well until he starts. Until he starts like. He can't make music until he starts listening to the sound. So he has this discussion with somebody where they're just like, oh, you gotta find your sound, man. Like, that's what you gotta do. You gotta find your sound. And then he starts listening to his environment, and then like the sound of his friend tapping a pencil. It's like tap, 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 tap. And then like his other friend, she's like sneezing. She's like, choo.
Okay, so he's gotten to industrial noise music.
I liked it the first time when it was called 9 Inch Nails, you son of a bitch, Zac Efron.
He's American Rammstein. Which is just Ramstein.
You gotta find your sound. You're a DJ. I mean, well, DJ's loose now because, there's the Dead Mouses and all those kinds of DJs who do make their own music. But then you got club DJs.
Right, that are just like...
Yeah, you got playlisters.
Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing against that. But it's like, when you find your sound, it's like, my sound is whatever is popular right now.
Isn't that what you do at weddings?
100%. That's what I'm saying. We're like, find your sound. Like, if my boss was like, Nick, you got to find your sound for this wedding. It's like, well, they're all wearing cowboy boots, so I'm going to go ahead with country for way too long.
My sound is, they ask for a list of music, and I give it to them, and when they make requests, I try.
Wow, there's your sound, man. See, that's your sound. You found it, Max. You fucking found it.
My sound, dude.
My sound is this Spotify playlist I found. I finally found it.
My sound is chill beats to study and relax to.
Just play that. Who had my sound the whole time was the lo-fi hip-hop girl.
The lo-fi hip-hop girl was inside you the whole time.
It's beautiful.
The real treasure was the lo-fi hip-hop girl you met along the way. Speaking of DJs and everything, that's actually a pretty good segue to getting into the meat of the show.
Yeah.
What?
I said, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Wang. I literally thought I said meat of the show, and then you said Wang.
I thought you just burped. Wang alert!
My album is Wang time.
This show is 100% pure Wang. But speaking of DJs, this show is about music, and the meat of the show is Wang. And that Wang meat this week is Max. Max brought it. Max brought his Wang meat.
I I certainly did, Rick. I brought my wang meat.
Oh my god!
And he told me, I know which album this is, but I haven't shared it with Nick. And I'm very interested to do this album because this is completely different than anything we've had on the show so far. And so I'm excited to talk about the memories and the music and everything associated with this album. Max, why don't you go ahead and tell us what album you've brought?
Okay, I brought Recess by Skrillex.
Huh.
And it is one of my absolute favorite electronic albums. I think that it is really a beautiful collection, like, starting from, like, really just dirty dubstep and ending with, like, beautiful, like, shit that makes me cry and brings me back to, like, shows that, like, We'll get there when we get there, but like
we'll get there when we get there.
But yeah, it's a great album, and it very much mirrors Skrillex's like trajectory, like his like career, and we can talk about that along the way as well. And like,
hey, I will decide what we talk about along the way.
Okay, fine. Mr. I forget I'm running my own podcast.
Hey, take it easy there, wang meat. All right?
You said I brought the wang meat.
I am the one who wang meets.
That's the reason I'm not going to be president.
That's the reason you're not going to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
No, he's back on. They brought Wang Meat back. You know the
the character, the lovable character Wang Meat.
Yeah. The Wang
James
cutlets
Gunn,
were unhappy, so they needed the Wang Meat with the Wang cutlets.
I want to see the Wang cut of Avengers Endgame.
Oh my god.
But before, okay, and now to get back into this. Somehow.
That's America's
Jesus.
Wang.
But before we get into the album, let's go ahead and take a quick break. We will be right back with Spin Doctors. Hey guys, it's Rick. No ads this week. I just wanted to say thanks for listening to the show. And if you're enjoying it, why don't you tell your friends? That's how we get, news of the show around is mostly word of mouth. So if you want to use your mouth words to spread our news, well, we'd appreciate that so much. If you want to throw us a review on anything or like us on of our social media, whatever you want to do, thanks so much. Let's get back to the show. And we're back with the Spin Doctors, Dr. Rick and Dr. Nick, back at it again with the boy, Max Weinstein. Max, you say you've brought the album Recess by Skrillex. Now, I have heard some Skrillex. I am not one of these old boomers who can't get behind what the kids liked.
We'll see.
2014. I listened to my fair share of the old dubstep around that time. And I liked some Skrillex stuff. I'm not opposed to this at all. That being said, I've never been to an electronic show. I've never seen Skrillex, like I've never watched videos of him or anything. I don't know anything about him other than that he like used to be in a different band or something. But yeah, I'm excited to see why this album means so much to you.
I'm looking forward to showing it to you.
All right.
Okay, wait. I have some questions here. First of all, one.
Yeah.
Have you seen him live, Max?
Yes.
How many times? Where at? What's the number one show that would you say?
I think I've seen him maybe 4 times. Potentially more. I've seen him a couple times in Oakland, a couple times in San Francisco, like the Bill Graham.
Nice.
I've definitely seen him at the Bill Graham. My favorite time seeing him was at Outside Lands. He had this...
What, like 2013, 14-ish? 15-ish, somewhere in there? I was at that
Something
show.
Like that. I know I ran into you at Outside Lands one time.
We did.
Oh, wow.
I remember walking, running into you, and I was like, hold up, folks, that's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Nick!
Dude, isn't it so random when you run into, like, someone you, like, legit know, especially from your town, at, like, such a massive festival like that? You're like, it's such a weird, like...
Oh, yeah.
weird, like, second glance thing where it's like, oh, hey, there's Max. Wait, I shouldn't see Max
Yeah, it's like
here.
the merging of two worlds.
Yeah, it's like, you shouldn't be here,
right,
I'm here.
They go places, too.
Yeah, exactly.
They also travel.
Yes.
It's like when you see your grandma in the strip club that you go to.
Yeah, it's like, it's good to know that she's got good taste.
I mean, she has a lot of ones.
And she's a good dancer.
Are you working on a new bit right now? Did you find your notes right now?
Yeah, this is me workshopping.
But, so that show, though, at Outside Lands, the spaceship.
Yeah, so he had this crazy set where it had these, like, scissor lifts lift up this giant spaceship.
It looked like something from, like, Star Fox.
From. Yeah. And then at some point, he got on the wing of it and was, like, dancing.
That's right.
And you could tell that was not
And there was
okay.
a man on the inside who was looking outside and saying, "There's a DJ on the wing!"
You could tell it was not cool. Because, like, people were underneath him, like, frantically, and they were, like, gesturing him for him to go back. Like, I don't think it was just, like, part of the set. I don't think it was, like, meant to be stood on. And he definitely didn't have a harness.
You stay in the cockpit, Skrillex. My God. Oh, yeah, that's funny. They had lasers that shot out over the crowd and stuff. No one put Skrillex in the cockpit. Oh, man. But,
Come on, Skrillex, stay on target.
But yeah, man, that was a great show. I got to see that with a good group of friends. Just danced my fucking heart out. Like, one of the crazy things, especially with big festivals like that, is there's like 10,000 people all dancing to the same beat, all fucking jumping.
Yeah.
It's something else.
Yeah,
and
in
it's
2009, I went to a fish festival that was like a 3-day long fish festival, and there were like 40,000 people there. It was at the Coachella grounds.
Oh, jeez.
And I know exactly what you mean. It's just like an enormous body of people just like all moving at the same time.
Dude, there's 60,000 people at Kanye West when
there were 100,000 people at my last birthday party, so like I know about that too.
Okay, fine. With so, COVID, this shit'll never happen again.
Yeah, it was my last birthday party, so like that was before COVID.
It was like this year. It was during COVID,
Facebook, and he's gonna ban you.
So what? Okay.
I thought I derailed that.
Yeah.
So great shows.
Talk about fish.
Amazing. Fish always throws us off track. So what album is this in the discography of Skrillex? Is this his first one? Where are we at?
So this is late career. This is like I think it's his fourth album. I should have known that before this. But basically. Like, so Skrillex started out with Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites that he busted onto the U.S. airways, like, really brought dubstep to the forefront of America. And, like, did he invent dubstep? No. Did he bring a lot of new sounds into the game? Yeah, absolutely. So he put that out, really got a lot of acclaim. Then Bangarang came out.
Yeah, I remember when Scary Monsters came out.
Yeah.
Like, I remember hearing that and being like, because I thought that he invented that, you know.
I kind of assumed so too, honestly.
Yeah, because it was just like, I had never heard anything, you know, that was Transformer sounds and, like, beats and people screaming and car horns and, like...
Absolutely, man. He changed...
Dude, he was really he really found his sound, man.
He changed the game. He changed the game in America.
Outside... He snuck a fucking Zoom recorder into the Mark Wahlberg Transformers movie, got some of that. He went outside and recorded a bird for a while, some cars going by, and he just put it to some dope beats.
Absolutely. But through Skrillex's career, he like put out more stuff that people are asking for, and then people were starting to say, "Oh, this sounds really derivative. This sounds like everything we've heard." And it's like, well, he just inspired all these artists to make stuff like him. And so now when he's putting out the same sound, he didn't change. He's been getting better, but the genre's been so saturated that now he doesn't stand out anymore. And that was like his third album. And then he started experimenting, and then people started giving him shit. And he was like, wait a minute. You You told me to branch out. I branched out, and now you're saying, "Oh, what happened to Skrillex?"
Classic.
And so this is after that.
Okay.
And this
Motherfuckers
album,
act like they forgot about Skrillex.
this album describes that journey and to where he is now.
Okay.
And like it even says it in like the titles of the album of the tracks and of like some of the people he's working with. And like it's so many levels, man.
It's the sound field.
Levels on levels.
There's a lot to appreciate with it.
It's really the onion of albums.
It's the Shrek of albums.
Ooh,
One might say.
Fairly redundant.
that's high praise.
And so also one thing to note about this album, he hadn't put out an album in a long time, and he did he put out an app with a couple like kind of shitty
Skrill
video
app?
games on it. And like it was like on posters, on all sorts of like ads online to get this app, and then the album was going to get released through that app.
Okay, cool. Let's try
And
something
it was very
new.
cool for 2014.
Yeah, for
This was
2014,
like,
that's nice.
right before U2 just forced their album onto everybody. It's like, we'll try something new and have everybody have it on their iPhones.
Yeah, it was before that. The app was called Alien Ride.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, and hence the
What did
the
it
cover.
do? It just gave you access? Or was
It was a
Uber
few
with
video games that
Martians?
like barely worked.
Mm.
Ah, okay.
Like there was one that was kind of like Asteroids, but like legally not.
Meteors.
You're floating in a flying Skrillex ship, blasting rock chunks.
I wish they would have just redone Super Mario Brothers, but just had like Skrillex as the avatar.
Yeah, and it had
Skrillex
Skrillex
Mario
music
Brothers.
in the background of the games.
Yes.
Obviously,
Well, that's cool. Well, speaking of the music, let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? What do you guys think?
absolutely,
Yes.
please.
Nick, first of all, do you have any experience with Skrillex? You said that you saw Max at Outside Lands. Was that at a Skrillex show?
I don't remember exactly where or when what was happening, but I mean, we were both there. I have seen Skrillex. I did get that Bangarang EP album when it came out. He was touring that at that time, I believe. I believe that was like his big song, which is a great song, Bangarang. And I love the hook reference too. Gotta love it. But yeah, I enjoy it. My friends that I went with are more of the EDM, all that kind of stuff people. And so
Right.
So I went there to, kind of like I was into it, but like and knew like, all these EDM DJs and stuff have the most ridiculous stage presence and effects and everything where like even if you don't enjoy the music or even if you just want to like gonna stop by for like 10 minutes or something, you got to see it because it is like, Pink Floyd's The Wall on a lot of angel dust because it's just a lot going on, and so that's super fun.
Just lasers and craziness.
Smoke and obviously jet planes and stuff. So it's super cool, great show, and especially being in
jet planes.
And yeah, like Max was saying, it's beautiful being in a crowd where like everyone's on that same level, the same frequency,
Right.
And especially too, it's always crazy when you're at these big group concert thingies, as the kids call them. And like you look around you, like you see people that you're like usually like you're an asshole. I wouldn't hang out with you. Like, who are you as a person? But like you're all on this same frequency of this artist, DJ, band, whatever. So like that's a cool, beautiful music moment where it's like, whoa, we're different, but like at the same time, we're the same, man.
We're really the same.
Yeah. So can I talk a little bit about the first track before we play it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Please.
Okay, so the first one is like just like a really classic, dirty dubstep track, like a great way to start it out. The title, All Is Fair in Love and Brostep. So Brostep is a way of making fun of this genre.
Okay.
Like
Because
it is making fun of Four on the Floor. It's this is really simple music, like anyone can produce this. Like those are the critiques against this genre, and it's like maybe I mean, maybe it is easy to make, but it's fun, and all of these people are enjoying it. And this is an incredible bro step, dubstep, and like when I do say classic, like bringing the Raga Twins, they bring that Rastafarian fucking like that is the like original like like time signatures and shit, I guess. Like Rastafarian music is like very similar to dubstep in a lot of ways that I don't know.
Oh, you mean how the fact that like the hit is on the 2 and the 4 as opposed to, or the yeah.
I mean, yeah, apparently like a lot of dubstep gets its origins from like Afro-Caribbean beats and like that type of shit. So like bringing them in even like further is like, this is classic dubstep.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, let's play it. This is All Is Fair in Love and Bro Step.
To get 1,000 miles from the Earth, a rocket would need this much power. It would take
That's a good way to start an album.
human lifetime.
But a space station might look something like this.
To get 1,000 miles from the Earth, a rocket would need
Yeah, see, this is what I expect, is like those like womp 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 patty fucking like
And here you
bass
go.
things.
I'm like instantly sweaty from all the people that are not around me.
The false drop right into the Raga Twins. I really don't actually know how to pronounce it. I think it's Raga Twins, I don't know.
It's okay.
The
you're good.
Raga Twins,
Rage Twins?
Rage Cage.
Oh man, this song's
Yeah.
giving me so much anxiety. Like I'm like, but it's great.
Dude, it's got that pound. I love the sampling of like the fucking old like informational video.
And it has the Transformer sound.
And there you
Yes.
go, that real breakdown, that classic Transformers, that printer breaking down, like
Printer breaking down.
those fucking modem sounds, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Just an old like
Dude, I know
98
what it
Windows
is.
booting up.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Oh, sorry, my mom's trying to call while I'm on the internet.
Exactly. And it's just a fucking dirty track. It's great. It rocks it.
It slaps, it bops.
That's as Max said, like classic dubstep. That is like pretty much like your pinnacle, like in the sense of like rock and roll or like basic blues. That's your basic like 3-chord progression right there. You know, just like that.
Yeah.
Simple.
That's what I recognize from like, because I don't really listen to it anymore. Like I listened to it, probably when that Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites thing came out. I listened to it for maybe a year around that time, but I kind of like fell out of it. So I haven't listened to this in a long time, and that is just like immediately I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Like it just is exactly. It's what you think of when you think you're like, oh, dubstep has these elements to it, and then those are those elements in that song.
The next one is Recess.
So this is it's weird that the album title song is so high up on the album.
Yes.
Yeah, this is it's a fun one to keep it going. This one is a collab with Kill the Noise, which is one of
That seems like the opposite of what they want to do.
they're one of like a really experimental group, really like fun breakbeat shit. And this is a Glitch Hop. It also they've got
Glitch Hop?
Fat Man Scoop, and
Yeah,
Michael
hang on.
Angelakos.
Before you keep
hold up there, boy.
naming Michael the Jalopy and Scoopman Skeeve and fucking Dunder Mifflin, just
DJ
what
Tortilla
the shit
Scoops.
is Glitch Hop?
Glitch Hop is a genre of EDM that prefers to use more glitchy, more dissonant, like really diving into that computer, that modem shit is like more breakbeat, more like I don't know, music words, but like I can tell the difference between them.
It's different enough that it deserves its own genre.
Just honestly, some people disagree. Like, but yeah, Glitch Hop is one that more people recognize. I can pull up a dictionary definition. So
Nope, that's okay.
It's okay. No, we don't
that's
need
fine.
that urban
I'm
dictionary.
doing it. It's too late.
Okay. Well, before you do that, we actually we talk about this on most of the episodes. Songs that like the album is named after a song on the album, right? Like it doesn't happen on every album, but it happens on a lot of albums that the name of the album is also a name of the song. What do you think about that? Do you think that the album should be named after the best song on the album, or do you think that the song is just like most indicative of the flow of the album, or do you think it's a random song, or do you think that there's just no correlation whatsoever?
I think it depends on the artist. I think that a lot of people would use it to draw attention to a hit single, or they would perceive as the best, or the way they want the album to be remembered. Like, clearly, if you're... I personally find it annoying because it's like, oh, are you talking about the album or are you talking about the single? Like, looking it up gets a little bit more annoying. But, I mean, fine, get past that. Then, yeah, I would say, like, how do you want this album to be remembered? If you're going to be naming a song about that, then this is probably what you want people to take away with. Or if they only take one song from the album, if they're not willing to give you that whole album, like, to listen to it, then what are they going to listen to?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be this single. And this is kind of the, like, this is representing that, like, first peak of his career of after the first album, like, this is his recess. This was just fun time of him playing around, making that second album. People still loved him. He didn't, the genre wasn't, like, oversaturated yet. He was still kind of in his prime and having a fun time. Hanging out with friends.
Having a fun time.
Kill the Noise and him have done a lot of stuff together. So this is like two friends hanging out, making a cool track.
All right.
Great description.
Well, yeah, that does sound nice. Oh, let's listen to this very nice song of friendship and togetherness called Recess. Oh, it even sounds like Recess. There's kids in the yard. Wait, stop. I have to stop this for a second.
Yep.
So, do you know what I just, like, recently realized about
that
Recess?
U-Haul is U-Haul?
Whoa.
Oh my god.
That's heavy.
It is. But what I realized is that Recess isn't for the kids. It's the teacher's mandatory 15-minute breaks.
It's both.
It's both. I mean, I never thought about the
breaks. For everybody.
It's good, but it's literally because they have to have breaks.
Yeah.
And lunch is because they have a 30-minute break, and then there's the recess because they have to have a 15-minute break.
I mean, but also those things are necessary for children.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's so, like, not why they give a fuck.
I mean, yeah, sure, there are some places where they don't get breaks. There are some places where they abused kids, you're right. Now, can we get back to the song that's not about that?
I'm just saying, like,
we introed it. We introed really well into this track. We got 4 seconds in, and you're like, hey, business.
Yeah, but I have to talk about this. Recess, that was not instituted with children's health in mind. There's no way that they were like, you know what kids need is a recess. It was when they had teachers, and then the teachers got a union, the teachers were like, we need breaks.
You think there were never a point where teachers were like, just let him outside for a bit?
Can you just
Yeah, because they're like,
around?
we need breaks.
Maybe not out of the goodness of their heart, but realizing it's just like, burn some of this shit off. Dog's got the zoomies.
Yeah, because that's too much for me, and I need a fucking break for a while.
Yes, it's a good thing. It's a win-win. It's a good thing for both. I don't get it.
Make a Netflix documentary
I'm not
about
saying
it,
that
Rick.
it's bad for kids to have recess. I'm just saying.
Kids used to be coal miners. They don't need recess.
That's true. That's true.
Childhood is a
Get back
recess.
his happiness.
Childhood is recess. That's true. It's a recess of life. So this is very, like, electronic, like, I don't know, this is the kind of electronic that I don't like. Where it's just, like, kind of the same, high-pitched vocals. It's almost like, that, chiptune stuff.
I know what chiptunes are.
Oh, I remember that guy.
I was vaguely thinking about something.
Okay, so once the song actually gets started, it's better.
Yeah, there's an intro.
That reminds me of that one song that was on the radio. What was it? Animals?
Oh yeah.
We're the fucking animals.
Oh.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah,
This is
big fan of
cool.
this track.
It's not as intense in your face as the last one.
No, yeah, exactly.
It's not dirty. It's just kind of a chill club track. Like, this is perfect for sampling. This is a fun track.
This guy I remember this guy. He's on that Missy Elliott song.
Fat Man Scoop.
Yeah. Yes, Fat Man Tortilla Scoop.
Tostito Scoop. Fat Man brought to you by Totino Scoop.
Scoop these beats into your ears.
I legally had to change my middle name. Yeah, it's a club track. This is like the definition of a club track. Like getting white people to do shit. Dude, this is an instructional dance song.
Yes, as white people, we do need instructions on dancing.
Well, I mean, there's so many songs that white people like that tell you how to do the dance. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Spin your partner round and round.
I mean, the Cupid Shuffle.
Teach me how to Dougie.
Teach me how to Dougie.
Cupid Shuffle.
Harlem Shake.
Soldier Boy.
Yeah, dude. I was at one point, at 2 points.
Soulja Boy.
At 2 points, I was part of the world's largest Harlem Shake.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Both of them were very brief.
What? How did you do that? How
Cal
were you part
Poly
of...
organized the world's largest Harlem Shake at one point when, like, the trend was, like, just starting off.
Okay.
And we had drone footage mixed in with it. And I shot a Nerf gun and almost hit that drone. And then I was at a different Outside Lands, and Bauer was there. And we were like, we like the Harlem Shake. We'll be there for that, but I don't know if we'll like really like be there. And then I fell in love with Bauer because, oh my god, it was so much fun. And
what is Bauer?
Bauer is like the epitome trap artist.
Oh, okay.
He is not for everybody, but it's super fun. I can't listen to it all the time, but there's certain moods, and in person, it slaps.
Yes. Okay.
And
now,
he did the Harlem Shake there with a ton of folks.
Okay. What is exactly trap music? Because I've heard it. I've heard the term. I understand there's a difference, as always. What is technically trap music?
Well, I mean, there's trap in hip hop, and then there's trap in EDM.
So what makes it trap?
For that, I will go to Max.
It uses synth drums.
Okay.
I'm reading off the definition here. No, it's it slows it down a lot. It focuses on like the lyrical content is usually more on that rap end. It is a portmanteau of techno and rap. So you're going for like hi-hat patterns, tuned kick drums, and long decay. Originally from the Roland TR-808 drum machine.
Yes.
Yeah,
it says right
you use
here.
808s on everything. That's for the bass.
Yeah.
I know that.
It's yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, so I said slower, and for people who want specificity out there, it's 70 to 110 BPM.
So what if I made a trap song that was 111 BPM? Would it not be?
You get
kicked out of the trap
you
house?
get murdered by the music police.
Oh, dude, all cops are bastards. Even the music police.
Yeah, no, it's just a slower EDM style.
Okay.
With a lot of inspiration from rap culture. It is a genre that is more. I mean, let's say a lot of electronic music is very white, and there are many more black artists in the trap field.
Okay.
The trap genre.
I wonder if that's how it got more into why there's such a crossover into hip hop, like how 2 Chainz, like he's a trap.
Absolutely. Hip hop is a staple of trap music, like sampling hip hop, sampling as one website described, urban content.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
Love it. Love when white people write things.
White
and on that
people
note-
writing paragraphs.
Let's go ahead and take the second break of the show. We'll be right back.
All right, let's just stick to the music.
And
here,
we're
guys.
back. This is... man, you missed quite an off-mic conversation.
Yeah, get that shit off
We'll
there.
never see the light of day.
Clean that up.
You know, no, you know what? We'll see how much that makes it into the
Is
final
Max
cut.
leaving? I think Max left.
Yeah, Max just has walked away. The threat of hearing his confessions leaked
Want some
on...
candy?
Oh.
Speaking of candy,
Fair
welcome
enough.
back to the Skrillex episode. How many candies do you
maybe
have,
want
Max?
candy?
What?
Are you a candy kid at these EDM shows?
Oh, no, I've got a couple. I mean, like, I'm definitely dressed up. Like, I've got probably, like, bright colored tights on, short shorts. I got a
Pasties.
fanny pack. I don't know, a shirt that I really don't give a shit about on that's gonna, like, get ruined or something. And then I usually will, like, buy a shirt from the concert there.
Yes.
If
yes,
it's any
yes,
good.
yes. Okay.
That's like, I feel like you always have to buy a shirt from the concert.
It
that's
depends.
like part of the
sometimes
concert
they're really
experience.
expensive.
Yeah.
They're always really expensive, but that's part of it.
Depends on the
Yes.
band, the situation. Are you going to see them again?
Well, yeah, I mean, guess how many fish shirts I have?
Well, that doesn't
How
count
many
'cause it's your
fish
favorite
shirts
band.
don't you have?
The 97 tour, man.
Yeah, that's true. I don't have that.
You got it? I got it.
No, I have the '89 tour.
day.
I have the '89 tour shirt.
Is the 97 Fish tour shirt like the holographic Charizard of concert tees?
Yeah, because it's got a holographic Charizard on it.
It comes with it.
Yeah, it's just like that's what the tour was based around. It was the fish Pokemon tour, and they went as a Magikarp.
Yes,
they billed themselves as Magikarp that year.
Yes.
This is a crossover joke for nobody. Bum 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 bum. Back to the
So
music.
this new one is one of my favorites on the album. It's called Stranger, and it's with Kilogram and Sam Dew. Kilogram, I know some of their stuff, and that's fun. This is like an electro house song, so this is definitely more club vibes.
Is every song on this album a different genre?
pretty much.
Wow.
It's one of the things to show his variety that he made a cohesive album with all of these features, with all
But
of these
isn't that
different
the thing
genres.
about music is that it's just being further and further subdivided? Why don't you speak on this?
Yeah, absolutely. No, there are definitely some very esoteric parts of dubstep and of electronic music. It's like, no, I only make Baroque step. And it's like, wait, I'm sorry, what? And it's
Hey,
like,
if it
yeah,
ain't
I
Baroque, don't
sampled
fix it.
I sampled Baroque music and I put in electronic music, and I'm the only person in this genre. And it's like, well, fuck off, I guess. But it's more to say with this album, it's to show how much Skrillex can do.
All right. Well,
And I
this
think
is-
one of the reasons, or one of the ways you can see that is through the critical acclaim. Electronic stuff rated it highly. Other artists or other reviewers didn't give it such a hot reaction because they only liked some of the tracks. Like, this shows like his wide range.
that multiple publications liked different parts of it.
Yeah, some publications liked some parts of it, and then like dedicated electronic stuff generally received it fairly well.
Okay. Well, this is Stranger. You know, so far this is the strangest song. You know how he got the title for this song was he sat on his hand for a while before he made this beat.
And just let the hand do the mixing.
Yeah. It's like a stranger made this track. It's spooky. This is spooky.
And this is also very much about when he started experimenting. And
See, I feel like this is hard to like listen to in an audience.
this one, yeah, this is
Like to see this live.
so this one would be changed up a little bit different for live. Like, a lot of these aren't, like, the way they would perform live. Skrillex is definitely someone who live uses. But yeah, this is about it being taken away from him. And it's like, he started doing what he wanted, and now he's a fucking stranger.
To the industry. Wow. There's always like a pretty defined structure to these. Oh.
Oh boy, that's scary.
That's a spooky cat.
Like those slides, the synths.
Yeah, that cat's in trouble.
Love it.
That's spooky. It scares
one of my
me.
favorites.
That's scary. I can't listen to that. It's scary. I can't hear it.
So Max, what makes you what would you say makes you what makes you gravitate towards EDM music? Like why would you say why do you listen to so much of it?
I don't know, man. Like, I just love it. I love the, like, there's so much electronic music. I think that's part of it, because there's a lot of electronic music that I don't appreciate. And there's a lot of it that I do. One thing that I like about it is that there's a lot of it. Like that is part of it. Like, there's...
Because your favorite producer is pretty consistently putting out music because it's fairly easy to produce.
Before Bass Nectar got canceled, like, he was pumping out albums all the time. Like,
what happened to Bass Nectar?
Bass Nectar abused his position as being a famous person and young people wanting to have sex with him.
And then Hannibal Buress started talking about it, and then it really...
Exactly. Who's gonna make a Bill Cosby reference earlier?
But, like, no.
I got to do it without even bringing him up.
Electronic music comes out all the time. Like, there's always releases, there's always singles, and there's always new genres coming out, and some of them, yes, are esoteric, like Baroque step. But, honestly, it's funny.
If it ain't Baroque, don't fix it.
It's a bit of a gimmick of, like... Somewhat you're playing and it's like, oh wow, you're playing weird old music, like what the fuck? And then all of a sudden it breaks down.
Oh, I thought you were kidding when you brought up Baroque
dude, that
step.
shit's real.
I did too.
Alright.
Oh, like, man, that's a great, like, off the cuff, like, fake genre.
And like also like you can flow it together. Like, an album like this has breaks in it, but there is long form electronic music that is like a bunch of different ideas, but it flows into one coherent live experience. Especially when it's mixed with like live music. I love live electronic music much more than I like electronic music by itself. Especially with dirtier genres like trap music, really hardcore dubstep.
Will you listen to like recordings of live concerts, like electronic concerts? No. Okay.
No, not really. I don't like live. Like, I don't like to hear people there. I go through my own concert videos in VR and I cry because I need to go to a concert. Fucking COVID.
Yes.
What I'm getting so far from this episode is that you do a lot of crying.
Yeah,
I think that's healthy.
Thank you.
It's good.
Thank you.
I think that's a good thing. I think more people need to cry.
Is healthy.
I think if you don't cry, I'm trying to do a segue
hear
here.
you.
I think if you don't cry, maybe you should try it out.
Oh.
Why'd you say that?
Oh, this is making me cry already.
Yeah, so this is dubstep. This is like rave rocky shit. This is kind of just like old school. And one fun piece of trivia, there is a Call of Duty map in Black Ops 2 where there is a bar and this song plays.
Oh my god.
Huh.
But it's only the chorus and it just repeats.
That's all they can get the rights to. See, we're allowed to play this because we're commenting on it, and we're See, we're talking about this. How this is like those classic Transformers sounds. It's like this is a good dubstep song. I actually, at one point, I downloaded Producer Studio and I attempted to make dubstep music.
Yeah.
For a couple of months, and then I was like, No, this is hard. It just sounds like you go, oh yeah, you just go, but like to actually get those sounds is pretty tough.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's like what Max was talking about, like what did you call them? The bro step or something? The people that are just kind of like hating.
Oh, so yeah,
in
like
the crowd?
I mean, he brought electronic music to America in a lot of people's eyes. He brought dubstep to the forefront. People were like, "What is this genre? Why is it on basic radio?" Like people were.
Was that
loving
like in the UK?
Yeah, there was the UK and like European electronic scene is like really is much older. Like
UK music is always so far ahead of America.
Yeah, I mean like Berlin house music goes to like 80s. Like there were like I Heart Techno concerts in like 93 where Tiesto was playing.
Yeah.
Like Tiesto headlined I Heart Techno in the year of my birth. Like I mean like but it wasn't until like 2012 that I heard Bass Nectar.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Was he
like,
your Big Bang moment, would you say? Bass Nectar into
Bass
the
Nectar was my
EDM world?
first electronic music,
Yeah.
which is one of the reasons why I'm so sad that he's a fucking creeper.
Yes, that's
Like-
extra sad in that sense, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I was kind of considering bringing on Time Stretch, which is one of his albums, and that because Basshead was like the first electronic sound that I heard. And like I remember cranking up my mom's like Windows 95 basic speakers bass to try to hear it harder. And it was just fucking dope. And try it out. I think that track is like representative of his remix of Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites.
Mhm.
More Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites. He kind of put that out. And that was remixes of his old stuff with him and with other people. And so, like, it's kind of saying, try it out. Like, this is my old stuff, but it's a little different.
Okay.
And
yeah, that makes sense.
People kind of liked it, kind of didn't. It was like, yeah, you put something out, but, like, some people were like, I don't know, some people are ungrateful. They're like, well, this isn't, like, a full album. Like, this isn't, like, an album. And it's like, hey, man, this is an album of remixes, but you hate if you want.
See, that's where, like, I kind of, like, draw the line in the sense of, like, you know, fans and phony fans. Where, like, when people, like, make comments like that, it's like, then are you even really here to, like, are you really into him as an artist? Or do you like just a couple songs by the same person?
Yeah,
You
and you
know?
want that song.
Yeah, like,
Or
I'll
you
never
want
forget
a
I
new
was
song
one...
that sounds exactly like that song, but is different enough that it's not that song.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I was once at a Florence and the Machine show, and after the show, it was a great concert. After the show, I was in line at the bathroom, and I heard one guy say to another, yeah, it was good. You know, I thought she was going to be hotter, though, but you know, whatever. It was like, get out of here. You just wasted people's tickets that wanted to go to the show, but you wanted to come here and be like some like weird chauvinistic asshole. Like, well, I thought you'd be hotter. And so I was like, you didn't hear the beautiful music and the voice and the lyrics. It's just, you know, those kinds of people are
a good person could have been there instead of him.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Someone who
like someone
really
who is
loves...
like actually a fan.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of one of the kind of downfalls I feel like of festivals is, you know, yeah, there's all these people and stuff, but like if you get into a part of the crowd that like isn't there for the right reasons, it ruins the show. And I've been there, especially at Outside Lands, in the wrong section of the crowd, especially like near kind of the back-ish. Where like people are like talking the whole time and, you know, critiquing it, but like weird critiques, you know, like I'm all for like being like, oh, this sounded better on the album or, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, it's just there's a line.
Festivals are definitely a skill to learn, like how to enjoy them and like, because there are a lot of downers and there's a lot of bullshit that happens at festivals that you kind of got to avoid and be prepared for. Like,
right, because there's people who go they don't go for the bands, they go just for the party.
Yeah,
Coachella,
there's some people there who are just for the party. There's some people there who are just for one artist, but they're going to be there for everyone else, just kind of being me. Like, you got to be pretty much front and center to enjoy any of them. Like, if you want to get really great sound and you want to get all the cool people. And, like, part of walking through crowds is a challenge. And that's a skill that I think I'm very good at, is navigating crowds.
Okay.
Especially at concerts.
I love this. I love this because I feel like I am good at navigating crowds. My friends and I have created a technique over the years. Rick,
What's your strategy?
You. My strategy is we call it a lateral, which is you go on the outside of the crowd, you go on the perimeter, you kind of go until how deep you want to go into the crowd, say like 12th row. You find that area, then you start going sideways, lateral to the stage, rather than a lot of people go, just go straight down the middle and try to navigate. No. Save some time, go on the outside, get that depth, and then you lateral in. And you don't piss as many people off when you're coming from behind, because then when you got people like coming from behind, it's like, dude, you're gonna stand in front of me and this. Some people feel like oh, they're just like kind of like trying to get back to their friends, which is another good one. Hey, my friends are right up there.
The friends one is terrible. Friends one is terrible. The lateral is okay. That's an okay move.
Lateral's okay.
But the real move is the psychology move. You've got your chain of people. You're holding hands. You got your chain of people, and the first person. You go, excuse me, I'm so sorry, you're beautiful, excuse me, people, excuse me, beautiful people, please excuse me, move out of the way, excuse me, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm an asshole, excuse me, oh, beautiful people, thank you. And you can just part the fucking Red Sea.
Oh my God.
Because people feel bad for you. Dude, I have had people apologize to me while doing that. They're like, oh, whoa, no, it's no worries, like, no, don't worry about it, like, you're not,
These are a lot of tips for something that's never gonna happen again.
No, these are skills for time travelers. Time travelers, if you're listening to this podcast,
travel to
that's how you're
before the world ended in 2020, and and
maybe
Sonny,
you can that's how I got to see Childish Gambino.
You mean in the meat space, the real world?
Yes, there were dozens, maybe thousands of people around me.
Oh my gosh. Were they wearing their protective elastic bubbles?
We didn't have those back then. We didn't need them. God.
How did you survive?
Grandma, stop giving them hope. There was never a time without safety precautions.
Now strap up with your laser rifle and go fight the giant bugs.
And see.
You know what she said when she walked outside? I don't see any giant bugs. Looks like the coast is clear.
Hey, yo, Peter.
What? Oh.
This is a real Divergent one.
This is like one of those interludes.
This is Chance the Rapper and the Social Experiment.
Oh, I love Chance the Rapper.
Great voice.
Yeah, it's Chance, buddy. Do you not listen to Chance the Rapper?
I do enjoy Chance the Rapper. I haven't dived in, all the way, but I like everything I hear from him. And he's just a good person.
Yeah. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, let me add this to my playlist real quick.
When he finally stopped giving a fuck and just started doing what he wanted to do.
And see, then you get things like this. Like if he stayed in that bubble, we might have never got this song. So branch out, people. Get out of your comfort zone.
If he didn't do drum and bass, which is that real high BPM, that hi-hats, you can't have drum and bass without hi-hats. Drum and bass is one of the most selective genres. Like, you can't, like, when you said, like, what if I do 111 beats per minute?
Mm-hmm.
You're not drum and bass, bitch. Get out.
It doesn't fit the qualifications.
Every drummer and bassist need to, like, abide by that credo there. It's not drums and bass, bitch. Get out of here.
But yeah, it's just a beautiful track, dude.
Yeah.
Max, well, since we're about like halfway through this album, I have another question for you. You've now seen Skrillex, what you said, like a good handful of times.
Yeah, 4 or 5 times.
Give us some top moments at these Skrillex concerts. What's some top moments that when you think of these Skrillex concerts that come to mind? And share as much as you want. I don't know how honest, and if you need to change names or names of substances or whatever.
Well, I was ingesting some
show
Coca-Cola
in Fanfrenfrifro. No, I was at the Bill Graham and I was doing marinara.
Yeah, Bill Graham's my favorite Italian restaurant.
Yeah, it's saucy. No, it's a great venue. It's a little hot, but it's really, really good for transit because it's right next to a BART stop.
Yeah, I've been to the Bill Graham several times for different shows,
Same.
and that place is
Nice.
awesome.
And he had a track called he was remixing I think God, who is it? Feed Me's Headshot, which is the one that goes boom headshot. It samples that old CS:GO clip.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
he had fucking Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 as the visuals
Oh my god.
of like FaZe Clan doing like fucking like 360 no scopes and like just like timing it with the music and with the drops, and that was killer. And that was like at the time where I
Max,
was so
you're so
in love
much
with
one
Call
of the
of
young
Duty.
people. You are very much indicative of the new generation, aren't you? You're a
No.
video gaming. You're a TikToking. You're a electronic music and
I'm a late millennial, but I'm not a Z. Z doesn't want me.
Z don't want me.
So that
Z
was a
don't
great,
want me no more.
great stage moment. The cool of the mashing
That
of
was
the
a great
music
stage
and,
moment.
and everything.
I mean, I very much get lost in the music when I'm at those shows.
So you're 100%
Uh,
about the music, because I feel like there is a what's the word? I don't know. I feel like there's just kind of like this assumption of people that don't listen to EDM or haven't been to any kind of show that it's just an excuse to do a bunch of drugs and like hook up and
Right?
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so drugs in the EDM community. There is a lot. There are drugs in every music community, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say drugs and
Yeah,
music go hand in
yeah.
hand.
I took acid at a Tool concert.
Like, I mean, there's drugs in every single music community. Every musical artist does drugs, basically. I mean, like, any
All the cool
performer,
ones, at least.
any performer does drugs. All people do drugs. People do drugs. Like,
I like how
you do-
that just got like vaguer and vaguer as you.
It was-
all musicians do
dude.
drugs. All performers do drugs. All people do drugs. People do drugs.
People.
I mean, that's the thing, is that yes, that there are people who do drugs, and concerts are a fun place to do drugs at.
Yes.
Yes.
I definitely smoke a lot of weed when I go to shows. Lots of people do acid. A lot of people do
Yes.
ecstasy.
Yes.
A lot of people do Molly.
Yes.
And there is a later movement that we are still part of, and that is the responsibility. And that, yes, there are going to be a lot of people doing drugs, and you have to now, not you don't have to, but there are more likely opportunities for you to test those drugs. There's more information about pressed pills of like, oh, this yellow Tesla icon pill is known to be good. Whereas this blue raspberry that's being sold right now has fentanyl in it. Like, fentanyl is a huge problem in the electronic community. But, like, the electronic community, I don't know, some of the ways that people, like, criticize its drug use is just because it's somewhat organized. Like, people have candy that represents certain drugs that they have and can sell.
That's pretty handy.
I was at a show, and I don't know what I was wearing or if it was that specifically, but I was sitting, and like 3 people asked me if I had drugs to sell them. And they're like, oh, do you have Molly? And I was like, oh, no, sorry. He's like, oh, I thought you did. And I was like, sorry.
Why did you think that?
Why?
Yeah, exactly. What do I give off that vibe? And then, like, a minute later, a girl walked up to me in this, like, full, like, Lilo and Stitch onesie. Like,
Which one,
Stitch.
Lilo or Stitch?
Stitch. It was both of them. It was Siamese twins.
It was
She was the ass of the horse.
She was both butts. Sideways. No, she was Stitch. Or no, maybe Pikachu. One of the two.
What?
But,
They're pretty like different.
I was really high, man, and this was 8 years ago. Like,
Yes.
It was blue or yellow, some sort of little rat thing.
yeah. Anyways, but she asked me if I wanted to buy Molly. And I was like, I don't. But if you stay here, and I don't want to sound like a creep, you will get drug sales. And she's like, what? And I was like, I don't know why, but people are asking me. And she's like, you? And I was like, I don't know! And wouldn't you know, 8 or 9 more people ask me.
Good God. You should just
8 or 9 more people
ask
ask me that night. And, like, a couple people ask her, she asks some people, and, I mean, she does, like, $300, $400, $500 through the night.
Jeez.
Damn.
And, like, at the end of the night, she gives me $40. And she's
Hell
like,
yeah.
she's like, you're good luck, here you go.
This is a
Dude.
businesswoman. That is not a
You're
drug
in
dealer.
the
That is a
cartel now, bro.
businesswoman.
Yeah, dude. She was an ethical worker.
Oh, that is
An ethical
awesome.
boss.
That is great. Did you find out, like, was there
That's so
something,
fucking awesome.
like you were referring that, like, some people wear candies, in case people don't know what candies
what
are,
were
you
give a
wearing?
description. Yeah.
I think I had, like...
I had a
I don't
big
know, I
shirt
think I
that
was-
says I had Molly.
I might have had my I don't know if I had my gummy bear jacket at the time. I don't think I
Oh,
had
that does
gummy worm
actually that. If you're wearing that at a especially a Skrillex show,
Yeah.
you got some good drugs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had blue tights at the time.
That helps. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
That sounds
That's
like
it.
Molly
That's
to me.
the blue tights means ecstasy.
Mhm, mhm.
Yep. Mm-hmm,
It's like how I in like the in the gay community they wear like handkerchiefs or something to say that they're available.
Oh, like a red light, green light.
I guess I don't know. I was reading something about secret fashion things that people don't know about unless you're in the know. And like one of them is if you wear pineapples are a sign of swingers.
Yes.
So like
Oh.
I didn't know about
Pineapples
this
are
at
swingers.
all.
An
wow.
upside down pineapple means you're swingers and you're looking for people.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all.
That's scary.
And then there were people that like the white shirt and blue jeans in a certain community was just all the Scientologists wore that. And then in the gay community, they wear handkerchiefs of different colors to indicate like whether they're looking or whatever or into different stuff.
Nice.
And I think that's now in the rave community too.
Yes.
I think you wear like
Yeah.
a blue candy if you have Molly and a red candy if you want to get your dick sucked.
Everyone wants to get the dick sucked.
So everybody's wearing red candy.
Yeah. It's funny, like with the plur. Do you know what plur is?
No.
Peace, love, unity, respect, dog.
Yeah, peace, love, unity, respect. It's like one of the mantras of the electronic community. Well, they added a second R to it,
Oh God.
and that's responsibility.
That's fair.
And it sounds so lame. It
That
really
is
does.
very lame. Peace, love, unity, respect, responsibility.
But
Sex, drugs, rock and roll, and going to bed on time.
I mean, drugs have
Exactly.
killed a lot of people in the community.
Oh,
Like
100%.
when it comes down to it, like it sounds dumb. It sounds dumb, but like everyone I know knows someone who's died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And
I've always-
I
yeah.
also know that in the punk community, like young
Exactly.
people do drugs.
Yeah, regardless of the community that you're in, somebody is going to.
But our community is doing something about
doing
it and is
drugs.
in the open and is encouraging testing, providing testing sites,
Mhm.
providing free medical care, and making sure there's free water at shows. And
Mhm.
because of that preparedness, people are like, oh, well, it must be a serious problem. And it's like, yeah, drug abuse and death is a serious problem. And we are treating it as such.
Yeah.
That does not mean that we are more heavily affected than other communities.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I think it's too just like, the EDM community is so it's just so like out in front. Like I feel like it's like the music is on the same level as the drugs in the sense of like what you think about it. You know what I'm saying? So I just think
Really?
just
you
being
think the EDM culture, when people talk about it, they immediately assume drugs?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Like I kind of there is
Like,
that
specifically
perception. I
concerts,
guess
yes.
like I didn't know it was 100% like that 50-50.
Mhm.
But okay, yeah, like the culture is
If-
definitely
if-
trying to get away from that.
If you said to somebody, "Oh, I'm going to go to an EDM show," they are going to assume that you're going to do drugs.
yeah,
Because also there are people who
But I always do
go
drugs.
to shows to do drugs. Like literally, it was like, oh, I want to do Molly. I'm going to go
Yeah.
to this show. Why are you here? I don't listen to them. I just
Sure.
want an excuse to do some drugs.
Yeah, I know I can get drugs here, and this is a place that I can do that. But like I said, that happens everywhere.
But
and this is a very heavy conversation. It's really given me.
I want to wrap back around real quick to
go
end
ahead.
this part. To wrap back around, this is why I respect Max, because it seems like you're a music purist. You are going for the music itself.
Yes. So when you're describing what I do at a concert, I go middle, like middle, front, middle-ish, and I dance for 3 hours.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's
And sometimes cry.
what I do at shows too. Yeah.
I get lost in the music. Like, I've really gotten away. Like, I take a couple pictures, a couple videos here and there. I will go back to them. I don't sit there the whole fucking time. Like,
Snapchatting the whole thing.
Like, recording the whole thing as if you're going to watch this for 2 hours later.
Yeah.
Like, no, just be there for the show, dum-dum.
Mm-hmm.
Take a couple pictures, a couple videos is fine, but, like, be in the moment.
Exactly.
Or, like, take pictures of yourself with friends there.
Yeah,
Oh, that
of
is a
you,
good one, yeah.
you know, turn around, you know, fucking take a picture of yourself there and just be like, look, I was at this.
Get a
show.
couple of them, put it away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's that simple.
Take a couple pictures
I'm
and then
there for the
break
time.
your phone, throw it on the ground and smash it.
Yeah. And then fucking this next song we were talking about, trap. This is a trap song.
Max doing segues now. All right,
I'm
Max, I'll
helping
take
out.
it from here. Let's move on to the next song. We are halfway through the album. Let me see real quick. No, we're good. We can keep going. It's not time for a break yet. If it was time for a break, I would feel pretty bad. No, that's not gonna be a good segue. You know what? We don't need a segue for this. This is just the next song on the album. This is Dirty Vibe.
Uh-oh.
And if I hadn't told you that, it certainly did.
Oh yeah.
I think this is what my mom thinks of when she thinks of electronic music.
It's funny when people hear when older people hear about electronic music, Skrillex is one of the names they know.
That's
When I
fair.
was-
That
when I
is
was-
super fair.
Hanging out with my friend's dad, he was like, "Who's that electronic artist? Is that like a Skizax?" And I was like, "Oh, Skrillex."
No, that's my DJ
That's
name
the
now.
alien overlord in charge of the Centaurian colony. I like this style of, I don't know if it has its own genre name per se, but where it's like that very empty, it's like how there's not a lot going on. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it. Do you know what I mean though? How there's not a whole lot going on in this, like a whole,
That
like there's not
it's
a mess
not
of different
overly
instruments.
full. Like it's not overly stacked. Like it's
Yeah.
not over. Like there's because in like the first All Is Fair in Love and Bro Step, there's 8 or 9, 10 tracks going at once. with
Exactly.
sound effects. This has got like one hardcore bass, one like real line going,
And then like
through
a
it,
clap.
one vocal, a clap, and like a couple like tings, a couple hi hats.
Yeah,
Like
I like this track. I
This
like
is cool.
this one. That's a good one. Very good.
yeah, and you've got the LA State Bird in the background of my audio. Helicopters and sirens.
Yeah. The LA State Bird, the state of Los Angeles.
Hey, I mean, we got more people than 100 countries, so yeah.
What does that mean?
LA County has a higher population
I know
than 100
what
sovereign nations.
technically that
We're our
means,
own state.
but it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
No.
I'm
Just because you
defending
have-
my misspeaking aggressively.
I will never be wrong. I will only explain further
I will
why I am
explain
right.
how LA is a state rather than admit that it's a city.
Really, it's a state of mind if you think about it. You know,
It's a state of being.
Yeah. Hey, sorry to drop in like this, but I wanted to share some news. We just got our first review on iTunes by Bring Back Spare Change, and they say, "Genius! These two comedic geniuses not only bring the laughs, but some crazy good insight to some good tunes." Well, thanks, Bring Back Spare Change. That's so nice. And if you want your review read, go ahead and leave us one on iTunes or send us an email at spindoctorspod@gmail.com. And, well, we'll read it. On with the show. What about this next song, Max? Do you have anything to say about this next track?
I mean, not like really. This is another one of him working with the Raga Twins. I mean, it's dubstep shit. It's got fucking heavyweight dance hall vibe.
Are you reading this off of
yes,
website?
this is from Complex.
Okay, no, I will not allow that. We will play this next song. This is Rockabomb. I'm going to have you read off of a website to my podcast audience. Oh, well, it looks like Gawker says,
according to Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah, this podcast is just a verbal... This is like an audiobook for Pitchfork.
I feel like Spin Magazine caught it perfectly when they said it's a nasty beat on a dope-ass range. See, this dubstep too is like one of those kinds of music where it's like, it is, even if you hate it, it is impossible to be in the vicinity and not at least just kind of like bop in the head or something. Like, it's just, it's infectious.
Well, yeah. The beat is so like beat forward. You know, there's some music that isn't like as, it's not even so much about the percussion, but as it's just like, it's very like almost mechanical, you know, boom, 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 boom. Whereas like other music is more, you know, swing or, you know, not as intense. So like if you're in the vicinity, you have to like you'll find yourself walking to the beat. You're like, shit, okay. Yes, this is fine.
Yeah. I don't think it's
fun sounds.
Particularly incredible track.
No, it's
Max, I have a question for you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
What is there a Skrillex song that you need to be heard, to be played whenever you go and see him?
Yeah, I mean, Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites is like the OG, like super fun.
Does he not play that sometimes? Is he at that point where it's like, all right, no more with the hits? Yeah,
he's definitely at that point. Like he might not, like he'll be playing what he's into right now.
Respect.
Which is one of the reasons why I like seeing him over and over again.
So if you saw him multiple times on one tour, is he playing the same set, pretty much, or is it kind of changing up?
I think over the course of a tour, his sound will change. This album was actually recorded while he was on tour. Like he recorded this all over the world.
Cool.
Which is also kind of what gives it such a changing flavor to it, because he's in Atlanta hanging out with Chance the Rapper, like he's fucking in Tokyo hanging out with people, fucking making like club tracks, like it's cool.
Yeah, like one of the upsides of being like a DJ in the sense where like you just really need the laptop, where like a band, you know, to do that kind of thing of like, we're gonna write and make an album on tour while we're touring over the world, like that would take a long time to get everything together. But I mean, you know, and you're getting that authentic sound each time you're like in the city or place or whatever, making the music that like is like inspiring you. It's very very lucky, you know. Not many artists, genres, and stuff are able to do that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he very much plays for you. He is playing for the audience. He is absolutely there to give you a good time. Like he's there to show you a good time. He's there to party.
Yeah, because there's artists that just go there because they're contractually obligated, or like they just go out on tour and they're like, I'm making money, like I don't really give a shit. Like Kanye West, dude. The Kanye West goes on tour. That motherfucker doesn't care about the audience at all. That's why he stops the middle of his show.
Kanye West is doing his own thing. Kanye West, he got halfway through a song, and then he was like, "No, I want to do that one later."
Was this at Outside Lands?
He will. This is Outside Lands.
I was there. This is one of my favorite concerts of all time.
That was such a bad show.
What? I had so much fun because it was exactly what I wanted from a Kanye West concert.
I mean, yeah.
Absolute insanity.
It's exactly what I expected, but at that time I wasn't in the absurdist mindset to enjoy it. I wanted to have a good time still.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And there were points of it that I had a great time. When he actually did play Blood on the Leaves, I was fucking moshing and having a great time.
Yes, and especially
when
he
he's
played
sitting
the whole
there
song.
doing his freestyle rap for 15 minutes, that was fucking garbage.
It's freestyle
in a
rant.
mask. This is a weird complaint now, but in 2015, you're not supposed to wear a mask on stage
Made by
covers
Gucci.
your entire face.
He was just
with
ahead
real
of his
diamonds,
time, man.
Yeah.
I know.
Kanye also during that show played that song "Blood on the Leaves," and I will never forget it. The only time in my concert life I've ever heard an artist go, "Man, I'm just feeling that song so much right now. Play it again." It's like, for the third time, Kanye. Oh my god, this is amazing.
For the third time today, he's playing "Blood on the Leaves."
He left stage and came back for the encore and played it again.
No, he played it 2.5 times.
2.5 times.
He
The first time he's like, "I'm not
three
feeling
times.
it." Yes.
He goes, no, I'm saving that one for later.
No. Which I didn't know if, like, is that part of the show or was that an accident?
There's a point where he stopped everyone, and he's like, no, everyone needs to stand up. Everyone needs to stand up. And they're like, they're in a wheelchair!
He was commanding a person in a wheelchair to stand up?
You, my man, stand up!
He's done it in more than one show!
I mean, I know he thinks he's Jesus.
No, he's Jesus.
Exactly. I will make you better.
Oh,
God,
God,
that's
beautiful.
Oh, you know what's funny?
Just
It's very fitting that we're talking about Kanye West right now with the title of this next song, which is coincidentally enough, Doompy Poomp.
Doompy Poomp. It's great. It's real experimental. It's looking at like his.
This is Poopty Scoop.
Yeah, this is like looking at his Jack U content. Jack U is another album that I love. Not Skrillex specifically, it's Skrillex and Diplo. But this is one of my favorite tracks. This is electronica, it's ambient, experimental weirdness.
Yeah, this is very strange so far.
Like, if I didn't know any better, I'd think something's wrong
now
with
it has
the
like
connection.
a rhythm to it. Yeah, you don't really like get it at first. You're like, this is just nonsense, and then it finally goes, oh wait, no, there is a rhythm.
Okay. Oh.
Potty! It's potty.
Yeah.
Potty?
This is a song about pooping.
Yeah. It's his niece.
This is like, I feel like this is his attempt at a children's song.
I know.
This is a Skrillex
Well,
because
see,
it's
the
like
thing
that
is that-
simple beat. It's low. It's not like aggressive.
So Skrillex looks at his music as childish, and so like I remember seeing an interview with Skrillex, and someone was like, they're like, your beats are so like violent, it's so like masculine, like where does that come from? And he's like, I really don't think so. Like, you're not the first person to tell me that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's like, I always looked at my stuff as very feminine. Like, look at me. Like, he's got his fucking hair like flowing down to the ground.
Right.
Like, he is very much a child at heart. That's why he's there to play. He's have a good time. He's gonna stand on the wing of his spaceship, even though the stage managers are like, that's not stable. Like, he's there for a good time, man.
Fuck you, I'm a Yeti.
Fuck you, I'm a Yeti. There you go.
Oh my
This
God.
next song, we are on the final 3 tracks of the album. We got 3 left. What so far are your thoughts, Nick, on this album that you've heard so far?
This is cool. This is, right down the alley that I was expecting, but some nice little hoo-ha's on the side. Hoo-ha, hoo-ha, hoo-ha.
Some nice little hoo-ha's on the side.
When you're like on like
my
a
granddad
tour.
had a couple of those.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna when I'm a parent and a grandchild or a grandparent, I'm gonna call my like whiskey cokes like my go get grandpa his woo-ha, please, thank you. Makes him go woo-ha.
Oh my god.
Grandpa
I
drinks
feel like that's what your grandkid's gonna call you.
woo-ha, and I'm all woo-ha.
Tell me again about your childhood, woo-ha.
Well, everyone
I
call
love you,
me
woo-ha.
Dean.
yeah, your grandkids will call you Dean. Oh boy. Oh man. When's the last time you told that joke, Nick?
We were talking about this. Like, I did it like last year, and kind of like what you were talking about. Like,
Yeah.
I hadn't done it in easily like 3 years. I was like, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then about like a quarter of the way through, a combination of I can't do this. I don't remember all the beats, and people are not into this idea to begin with.
Yep.
Oh my god.
So,
That was one of my favorite jokes of yours, by the way.
oh,
Abandoned
thanks, man.
ship.
I love that.
It's always so fun to literally just abandon a joke in the middle of it. Like, I love doing that so much. Like, just be literally in the middle of a sentence, just be like, no, I'm not feeling this one. We'll do this later.
Jump ship,
Pull
and
a
sometimes you got to be the captain of the Titanic and lock yourself in and just go down with the ship.
Oh
Well, it's my
God.
closer. There's nothing else I can do.
You just
but
gotta say,
tell the
"Fuck
end
that"?
of this joke. You just gotta say fuck that. I don't know why you would say that though. Speaking more about comedy, Max is trying so hard to steer the ship. I am the captain.
I'm the captain now.
This is him in
I
Boys
think-
Noise.
What?
Boys Noise. Boys Noise is an artist that like has no genre and is amazing, and I highly recommend looking to Boys Noise.
Max, you and my best friend
more on the
Spencer would get
experimental
along very
electronic
well
thing.
together.
Sorry, Nick, what was that?
You and my best friend Spencer would get along very well because A, he's a huge Skrillex fan. After that Outside Land show, he ended up seeing him like 3 more times during that tour. He was at that Bill Graham show. He had to have been at the same one you've been referencing. But like these Kill the Noise, Boys Noise, Jack U, like this is like all my friend is into. And so like thank you to Spencer, my favorite ginger,
Nice.
for giving me a realm to be in that I understand. At least I know the artist this time. I feel hip.
This is your deep house. This is a very European club vibe.
See, that's not racist because you're white,
Yeah.
and you can do an impression of the white person because they're white too.
Yeah, the clusterfuck of West Europe is fair game.
Mhm.
Ah.
You know what? Eastern Europe too.
Very true, my friend.
Yeah, you can sound like all kind of vampires.
That wasn't a vampire.
What? This is vampire. This is Eastern European vampire.
No, it's the Count
I am
from
from Bulgaria.
Sesame Street. We've talked about this.
I am from Bulgaria.
All right. Number 10. Number 10 is number 10 makes me cry. Number
Ooh,
10,
okay.
fucking Ease My Mind is
Oh, this is the cry jam.
oh, beautiful. Just a beautiful vocals. Simple song.
Have you seen this song live?
Yes, a number of
Did you
times.
cry?
And yes,
Nice.
so much. I'm a big baby, maybe. No,
it's beautiful.
This one brings me back to like the best times I've had at concerts. This brings me back to like my friends, to all the way back to like my first electronic show. Just letting the
Did you-
DJ run the night and fucking like take you for a ride.
Did you hear this album? Did you hear any of the songs from this album live before you heard the album?
No.
No, you got the album first, and then you listened to it, and then you saw the songs?
Yeah, I had the app early, and like the
I
app.
forgot this was all released on an app.
This was released off an app.
Fuck the future.
I know, right? And like the app didn't do it justice. I think I could like barely get it through the app, and I had to wait for it to come out on SoundCloud, which was not long. And I listened to the whole thing in like one sitting, and
Okay.
then very
So
quickly
when you saw
a
these
show.
songs at shows, you were then like, "Oh shit, it's the song!" and you were able, and then
Yes.
like it was an extra
Yes.
boost of like endorphins.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I always love that. Like, it's always cool to see a song that you've never seen before, especially when it is a really cool song.
Mhm.
But there's nothing like when you're hopeful to get a song and that song happens and you go, oh shit, that like moment of realization
Exactly.
in the first couple of notes.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
love it.
I am in for such a good time right now.
It was
Yes.
a long time before I got to see Skrillex too. Like I had seen so many artists that I checked off my list before I got to see my first Skrillex show, and then it just
What were some of those
piled
artists?
up after that. Adventure Club, M Machine, Porter
forgot about
Robinson.
M
That was my
Machine.
first show, and it took
Porter
3
Robinson,
off my
yeah.
list like immediately. Zed, Zed. Oh my god! Talk about a disappointing show. Oh my
at Outside
god!
Lands?
That guy came out. Yeah, that guy came out and he was like, "Hey guys, you ready? All right, let's start." Hit play, fucking walked away. Like
Really?
Oh.
basically, it was. He had a show later that night. Like I looked it up during the show, and like he
Oh
had like
my
a 2:00 time slot or like 3:00, and he had a show later that night. He was not there at all.
Mhm.
He played his
Wow.
shit. It was fun to see some of it with like a good background. This song does not bring me back to that moment.
No.
It brings me
This
back
brings you
to
back to the
every
good
other
times.
moment.
Right. This is Ease My Mind. I think it's just
Yeah.
a very similar, like, it's in a certain key, like almost in like a Phrygian
Mhm.
key or something, where it's like almost sounds like Middle Eastern.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When
Definitely.
has he played this song in his set, Max?
This is going to be like 3/4 through the way the set. This
See,
is gonna
that's
be
what I-
near the
what-
end of the night.
Yes, that's what it feels like. It feels like the first song in the last third.
Yeah, it's going to be second to last. Maybe it's going to be like get you teared up and then like take it away. Like maybe Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites for the last one. Just to that like fine, you made me do it. I'll play it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm, mhm.
Well, that's
You
why
gotta
like they
respect it.
have to save the absolute hits.
One of the best shows I was at that played their like big hit, quote unquote, early, which sometimes I'm a fan of. I went and saw Modest Mouse up in Paso a couple of years ago,
Mhm.
and they played Float On, like the third song in the set, and then you just saw like
Yeah.
a good third of the audience start leaving. And the lead singer was like,
Oh my
"See,
God.
that's why we played the song early. Bye, everyone. Bye, phonies. Okay,
Really?
let's get going now." And then just like started like getting into like the good stuff, like
Oh
really
my
good
God.
Modest Mouse stuff. But like it was wild to see that, and especially like he was waiting for it. Like he knows what's going on and everything. Like let's get the phonies out and get rocking. And it was very rock and roll. I love it. But you got to respect it. You know,
Damn.
there's that balance sometimes of like, come on, man. Like if Petty was still alive and he didn't play American Girl, it's like, Petty, come on, respect it, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Deadmau5 played a show at EDC in like 2012 and didn't make a drop the whole night.
What?
Really?
Yep, he just kept fucking cranking it up, cranking it up, cranking it up,
Oh my
cranking
god.
it up.
Max, have
And
you
like
seen
all
that?
these people on drugs flipping out, man. Why won't it drop, man?
Oh my god.
How do you do that over the course of a whole night?
Dude, just by it's so funny. Like I wasn't there, but my buddy tells this story perfect. Like it sounds hilarious. But yeah, he's a troll. Deadmau5 is a fucking troll.
Oh my
That's funny.
god. That's like almost like the equivalent, I feel, of a band like playing the verse and then right when they're about to get to the chorus everyone knows, just go straight to the second verse. It's like, why are they not playing any choruses of their songs?
That would be so funny.
It's so ridiculous.
Just play the verses from all the songs. That would be so fucking funny. Oh my god. Or
Max-
just play choruses.
Yeah. Shortest set
Like
ever.
nothing but choruses. No, just like they play 3 choruses and then that's it. And then
Exactly.
No,
three
they
choruses.
hand you the remote. They hand you the fucking mic, like to have you guys sing it, and then you just keep it there.
I've done that at comedy shows. I've asked somebody something, and then like, back when you used to be able to actually walk up to people and put a mic in their face, I would ask somebody a question, then hold the mic in front of their face and have them answer it, and then just keep it there, like I'm still expecting them to say something, and they just keep talking, and they're like, and they just keep talking. I'm just and then they get like, oh, that's it. And it's really fun to do. I don't know. I just like fucking with the crowd. It's not a fun comic to go see.
Great advertising for yourself.
Yeah. Well, we've reached the final track on the album. We are here. Track 11.
Yeah, this aptly titled "Fire Away" is him being like, "All right, I mean, we're done." Like he's bringing the energy back in like a very like this is such a Skrillex track. It's a good track. It's not my favorite track of it, but it's good. I mean, it's literally him saying like, "All right, you're gonna criticize it now, but I'm ready." Like, here we go.
All right. Well, here we go. Is Fire Away, the ultimate track on Recess. Already so much energy. This is my heart is palpitating. This is like the only reason that these tracks are difficult to do on this show is because they take fucking 40 seconds to actually start.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the thing with EDM music, though. I feel like there's at least a lot that I can just think of. Every song needs that build-up, That's kind of like the basis of the genre. So it's kind of out of nowhere to just kind of start
And it does
with
change in... It does change in the concert experience, too, because...
Oh, of course,
things
yeah.
blend a little bit better. And, of course, when you are playing them as an album and listening to the tracks, they, of course, blend together better with the fade out and the fade in. That's one of the reasons I love this. While I do like most of the tracks and love some of the tracks individually, I love it most as a album experience.
Yes. Almost like being at your own concert.
Absolutely. And this is what we would call garage stuff.
Okay.
This has its own genre too.
Yeah, it's real simple. It's reminiscent of like fucking garage beats and like garage. What was that fucking old software?
GarageBand.
Yeah.
Is that old? Because I still kind of
You
use
had
that.
Garage and Beats, and you couldn't do band.
Shut up, bitch.
He's that EDM culture, man. He's all about those beats, not that band.
This seems like what I would in the 90s when you would like stay up late, you would see like a compilation CD, and like this would be one of the tracks on it.
Yeah, dude. This is like old like New York nightclub R&B inspired. Like, yeah, Absolutely.
I feel like if I press next, Enya's gonna show up. All right,
This is a
so
good way
that's
to
that.
end it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Dude, I'm glad
That
you
is-
guys liked it a bit, and I encourage you to like sit down with it as an album if you can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that's like the encouragement of this podcast. It always is like we provide a little section of the song. We put the beginning minute or whatever, and we talk about it. But no. Albums are usually made to be listened to in their entirety. Like, at least most bands put thought into the flow of the album, the order of the songs. There's some demand that the industry has on what you're going to do in that regard. But a lot of bands are really thoughtful of how the album is going to come across as a whole piece. So that's any album that has ever heard of this podcast. Dear listener, please listen to the whole album. Take this as inspiration to pick one of these albums that you liked a couple tracks on and you wanted to hear some more of, and find that artist and give them some love.
Yeah, and I think that's honestly one of the things lacking with the electronic genre, because it is so easy to make one song and put it out. And that was the original preferred method, was make a song, put it out, make a master mix, put it out, put out a 40-minute huge track, do something, put it out immediately. And so making an album like this, making an album that is cohesive and not just a list of tracks,
right,
is one of the things that separates good electronic artists, or maybe necessarily good artists in general, compared to their peers who just make a list of tracks.
Yeah, that makes total sense. It's a whole other skill to be able to script your album so that it has a certain, almost like a story it's telling, or at least a flow of emotions.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the end of the show. What do you think? What do you think, Nick? Did you enjoy the album?
Yeah, this is great, man. And I especially love getting a little bit more in touch with what the EDM community is, and hopefully open some people's eyes up to what it truly is, which is about the music, about good people and good vibes,
Yeah.
And this was great music.
Exactly, and it's smart. It's not just going out there and being it's not just a bunch of dumb doof 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 that you hear. But there's all these different genres. There's all these different applications and things that it can be. It's pretty cool. Thank you, Max. Thank you for sharing that with us. And I'm also glad that it was different than everything we've had so far. We're having a good variety.
And can I also share one other thing about the electronic community?
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Fine.
It's a thing called Electric Family.
No. I'm not feeling it. Let's save it for later.
The name alone.
No, go
please.
No,
go ahead, Max.
No.
Now I need to know.
I'm fine with that. Max, what do you want to plug?
Electric Family.
It's just a thing called Electric Family. It's an organization that helps improve the areas around a lot of electronic venues, because often they're in convention centers and shitty parts of towns that have a lot of homeless people nearby. And so instead of just you leave the show and you throw your trash on the ground and your drugs and your water bottles and just so it's cleaning shit up literally, but also handing stuff out to people. And for a while they had these really cool work in a soup kitchen with your favorite DJ and get to meet them.
Oh yeah.
But that didn't keep going, so now it's a lot of merch sales. And they have really cool merch, and then that money goes to charities and shit.
That's cool.
That's super
good
cool.
that,
right on.
That what am I trying to say? Group, subsection of the population, community. That's the word I'm looking for. Is a positive and inspirational community. You're doing good things.
Yeah.
I like the idea of someone going to an EDM show being all right, guys, let's take a bunch of drugs and start dancing. And then it's all of a sudden it's wait, why are we picking up trash? And wait, we're going to volunteer at the soup kitchen? I don't know if those dirty beats are going to be that good, but okay.
Keep these utensils clean. The only thing we want dirty around here is our dubstep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Max, do you have any social media you want to plug? Where can people find you?
Yeah,
I mean,
found? You can find me on pretty much any platform, whether it be Twitter. Right now I'm putting my most of my energy into TikTok, and that'll be at Max Weinstein, WEINSTEIN. It'll be in the title. I've got Twitch as well, and that's 2docs, TWO docs. It's Paradox. Come watch me get mad at games.
All right.
Yes.
Go watch Max get mad at games and give him some love. It is TikTok. Well, thank you, Max, for bringing your album.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Dude, love you.
It's sad this is the only way I get to hang out with my friends, but
I know. Better than nothing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And at least this way you can control. If you're just ready to be done, you're just like, okay, bye. And you just end.
I'm over this interview.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of waiting for.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah, right. Thank you, Nick, for doing the show with me. I love you, buddy. Couldn't do it without you.
I love you. Love your woo-ha.
And of course, thank you to love you, woo-ha. Thank you to woo-ha, and thank you to Pale Blue Dot for our theme for you off their album Kingdom, Phylum, Class, Order, Family, Genus, Species. Is a great album. Go get it anywhere albums are sold. As always, we have been the Spin Doctors, Rick Storer, Nick Malizia. I hope you have enjoyed your medicine.